This year has been challenging for all of us, but use the remaining months to work on you. Jordan's standing by with a special guest who joins us via Zoom.
Yes, Kimberly Friedmutter is a celebrity hypnotherapist and also an author of a new book that is out, a paperback. She is here to tell us about tapping into our subconscious minds and allowing us to use that raw power we have within us to create a life that we've always wanted. Kimberly, thank you so much for being with us today on Good Day Sacramento.
Thank you.
You know, you've been working with a lot of people, and some of them very, very famous. Now, tell us a little bit about working with them during COVID-19, because everyone's still struggling, right? And what's the type of work that you've been sharing with them as well?
Well, it's interesting because I was just saying the other day that in 2019, there were a lot of people that really came for health and fitness and weight management. And I thought that that was curious because normally you see that kind of influx around summertime. And 2019 was completely different. So I wonder if there wasn't a greater part of us that was kind of prepping for something that, of course, consciously we had no idea would happen, which was COVID-19. So everyone, of course, record numbers of anxiety is up, stress is up, sleepless nights are up. Basically everything that everybody else is experiencing, this sense of overwhelm. And celebrities aren't any different in that.
Right, and when you talk about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, what is the big difference there? And when someone comes for a hypnotherapy session, or even when they read your book, what are the basics that they're learning?
So the subconscious is the layer just below consciousness. So consciousness is our task maker. That's the one that keeps our calendar and has us go through our day by steps. And then the subconscious is the touchy-feely part of us. That's our dreams, that's our hopes, our ideas of what we want life to be, our faith, symbolism, things like that. Basically the you inside of you that makes you so special.
Awesome. And I know when you do, hypnotherapy or even the benefits of it, it can be very helpful when people learn how to tap into that and help to create, I guess, that space around them, right? What are some of the benefits that it offers?
Well, the most obvious one is the deep relaxation. In fact, that's what trance really is. It also alleviates addiction, relieves negative emotions, which of course we're experiencing now with stress and anxiety, depression, sleeplessness, of course anxiety, fear, and also performance enhancement. A lot of our focus right now is on things that are wrong, but there's a lot of things that are right, and people are really stretching to maximize really their potential.
Is it easy to tap into the subconscious mind? I mean, I know in the next hour you tell us, some hacks on to do it, but is it as easy as just thinking about it, or is it a long process?
It really is easy to tap into it, and in fact, you probably already are. It's things like your inspirations, it's moments of aha moments that you talk about and hear about a lot, right? And it's those little moments of like primal gut instinct when you think, oh, should I turn left, should I turn right? It's all of those. And in fact, we spend so much time in trance. You might think of it as long drives on a stretch of highway where you don't consciously know how you got from point A to point B. All of that's trance, and it's a completely natural state for us to be in.
Wow. I mean, that's incredible to think about it, because you're right. If people are focused on something on the road or even during meditation, you kind of get into a mental space. Now, I know coming up in the next hour, you're going to talk to us about different hacks on how to get to that trance. But you have a book that is out there. Quickly tell us about the book and some of the quick principles that will be offered. I know we'll go touch more about that in the next segment.
Sure, thank you. So having a book is much like having a baby. There's a lot of excitement and very little sleep.
Yeah.
So the book came out on Tuesday, and it's actually in its third printing now already, having just come out on Tuesday, so you can see how stressed we really are. It's called Subconscious Power, Use Your Inner Mind to Create the Life You've Always Wanted. And it couldn't be more self-explanatory, because when we do that and we tap into that higher part of us and that greater part of us, we really can expect to get everything that we want. So it's been really great. The principles, there's 6 of them, and I'll go through them in detail. But basically, it's come into accountability, tapping into your subconscious, moving toward or away, judge thyself and thy neighbor, which people always laugh at because we're not supposed to judge. And then,
right.
Of course, there's give to get, and then also play big is the final principle.
Awesome. Again, if you want to learn more about the book that was just out here on Tuesday, you can go to KimberlyFriedmutter.com, and she'll be back in the next hour to give us some helpful hacks on how to tap into our subconscious mind and tell us a little bit more about those principles. So thanks for being with us and sharing, I guess, a new approach on how to be positive this time of the year. So we'll talk more with Kimberly in just a bit. Tina, over to you.